What just happened? Are so close to victory! And get ready to crash!
All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I am Is There No One Else? In today's video, I wanted to show you guys what I have been running on my character in New World for Season 3. Now, I want to be clear when I do this video, not everything is perfectly up to my favorite tastes. Like, not everything's fully optimized. This is a process. I'm coming back to the game after being gone for a while. I'm not going to claim to know everything. This is more just, hey, this is what I'm running. If you guys have tips, advice on different gems, emerald, like different loadouts that could be better, I'm all ears, okay? But I wanted to show you guys what I'm running. I wanted to show you guys what I've been playing with, so when I post other clips in the future, if you have questions, you can feel free to consult this video. So, a few things. I started off playing this game playing bow and rapier, bow spear and bow rapier, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. However, when I hop on New World and I play with Nice Gaming or other players that are more tanky brawlers, I feel kind of bad. I feel kind of bad as a light armor player because anytime they have 4, 5, 6 people on top of them, I'm not really in there with them. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. I'll see you later. Like, I'll stay back here, but I can't help you up there because that's just the design of the build. And so I wanted to make something that was a little bit more like in your face and brawly. So I I'm not that tanky, but I'm tanky enough to where I can bounce around and do some things. And so that's what we're doing. We're running spear rapier. I like the weapons quite a bit. I just think aesthetically they're awesome. I think they're very functional. And yeah, let's dive into what we're running. And so all this stuff is really easy to get. I've gotten everything that I have from the PvP tracks. I've gotten the artifact from the season track. And so got the Helm of the Bear. And this is all, like I said, guys, this is all just stuff that I've been picking up. But I'm running the Helm of the Bear, which is the Shirking Heals PvP track. It's 680 gear score, Refreshing Ward, Shirking Heals, and Health. Now, I don't know if I want to go light, medium, or heavy. I like medium. The combination, like, it's a good middle ground for everything. Damage, tankiness, survival, all those kind of add up. I didn't want to take a healing loss by going heavy, but I haven't gotten the heavy pieces to fully try that yet. I do like light. I don't have the upgraded light pieces to go light right now. So this is currently medium. So I got 2 heavy on, 2 light, and 1 medium. And I got the medium chest, which is Elemental Aversion, Shirking Heals, and Health. This is a Shirking Heals build, Grasping Utility, Shirking Heals, Refreshing, and Health. And then I have the Thigh Weird, which is Refreshing Ward, Shirking Heals, and Health. So I got 4 Shirking Heals. This will have Shirking Heals on it as well. Let's talk about the elephant in the room right now. This is currently the most powerful loadout you can have in the game. Shirking Heals is extremely powerful for a lot of different reasons. Number one, having the critical resistance stat change to health makes it so people have a lot more health than they used to. I'm just under 20,000 on this specific setup. And so because I have more health, Shirking heals for more. Dodging an attack heals 230 health and 1.5% of your max health. Each armor piece with this perk adds a stack. And so the more max health you have, the more Shirking heals is going to heal you for. If health is giving you a huge amount of health, you are going to heal for more. And so it's easier for people to get health, so it's easier for them to stack Shirking heals. On top of that, we also are running the Ankh amulet. And we have talked about this. I just talked about this in my video yesterday. Center of attention, incoming heals are 50% stronger, consumable, and outgoing heals are 50% weakened. Or 50% weaker. Now this works on your mana potion, this works on your Shirking heals, this works on leeching, basically all these things. It also works on your tumbler shoes, which is its own specialty Shirking heal proc that has no cooldown. And so all these things kind of stack into something that is kind of crazy. This doesn't currently have really a downside. I mean, yes, your health potion is going to be a little bit less, but at the cost of a slightly less potion. Your Magicka potion is substantially more. Your Shirking heals is substantially more. It's the additive that you're getting is multiplicative. They could probably make this stat like 25% or 30% and make it multiplicative in the way that it is, and it would probably still be worth running because a lot of the other artifacts aren't very good. And so an adjustment's coming. Now, if you guys don't want to play this because an adjustment's coming, I totally get it. I wouldn't go out and spend a ton of money on perfected Shirking heal stuff. But like I said, all this stuff is in the PvP track. If you do PvP like I do, it's not hard to get your hands on a set. And so that's what I'm doing until it gets adjusted. When it gets adjusted, inevitably, it could still be strong and it could still be worth running, or it could just be bad and then we'll make an adjustment. And I will come out with a video showing you guys what I'm running if Shirking heals isn't powerful enough or up to snuff in my personal opinion. But right now, it's strong. You should run it. Like, it's not on you as a player. And I know some people are going to disagree with me on this, but my perspective is it's not on the player to police these sorts of things. AGS needs to come out and make adjustments if they feel that adjustments need to be made. The more people that run it and abuse it early on, the quicker it gets fixed. If you ignore it, people are just going to run it more and more and more. It's going to become more of a problem. Rip the Band-Aid off. That's my perspective. Rip the Band-Aid off, get it over with. Some people are going to disagree. That's fine. We can agree to disagree, but that's my perspective on Shirking heals. Very, very strong. Very overtuned when combined with Ankh. An adjustment will be coming. We'll see what it is. So yeah, I'm stacking it with the Tumbler Feet Wraps. This is just really powerful. Successfully dodging attack gives you 15% in power and 25% fortify for 5 seconds. This is another reason I'm going medium, is so I can take advantage of this 25% fortify. Light armor, you don't get as much of a value with fortify as you do with medium. I'm playing with it. I'm enjoying it. You're also healed 200 plus 2% of your max HP. Also a specialty stat. This heals me for like 980 in PvP with Ankh and everything every time I dodge an attack. Kind of wild. Bunch of other stuff going on with it, but overall, I think the feet wraps are good. I wouldn't say that they're overtuned. I think the issue is stacking everything with Ankh, stacking everything with health. A health adjustment and an Ankh adjustment would put all these in the right direction, in my opinion. My weapon, spear. I am running the Syncretic Spear. Is this best in slot? No. Like, ideally, I would want Arboreal Attunement. I would want Keenly Jagged, because Keenly Jagged's going to proc our finisher. It's going to proc our finisher damage, which I'll talk to you about in a bit. So I'd want Arboreal, Keenly Jagged, and I think I would want to run the Enfeebling Skewer. Enfeebling Skewer on the weapon reduces the opponent's armor by like 60, or reduces their damage by like 60%. And so I'll post a screenshot up and you guys can see what it is, but I think that's the perk that I would want. It's got a pretty good cooldown. Like, it's a lot of mitigation. And so stacking the heals with that kind of mitigation in a fight would be very good. Now, I do want to, I was watching a Deity Venji video and he was talking about gems, and basically he's going away from running these energized gambits plus 12% damage while your stamina is not full, to scaling a dot off of your nature damage. So 40% damage dealt with nature, just having 2 different types of dots on top of it, because a lot of people are built in with thrust mitigation, and so those 12%, the energized gambits, aren't nearly as good. I didn't get that memo, so I wasted some gold on 2 of those, and I'm in the process of adjusting them. It makes sense. That's why I'm talking about it. I can provide a link in the description to that video if you guys want to hear his point of view. He knows much more about this game than I do right now, and so I'm going to take his opinion because it sounded good to me and it makes a lot of sense. And so that's what we're doing. And so we're making those adjustments. And yeah, I got the finisher artifact in the back bar. I think this is just a powerful weapon. Attacks against bleeding targets deal 15% more damage and reduce flourishes cooldown by 5%. So as long as the opponent is bleeding, they have a bleed proc on them, you're going to do 15% more damage to them. My skewer has a bleed on it. Keenly Jagged is a bleed. At some points in previous fights, I've been running Tondo, obviously a bleed on there as well. Lots of different ways to stack bleeds, and yeah, just you don't even need to use this weapon in order to get the 15% damage. You just have Keenly Jagged on the other weapon and you're good to go. Like I said, we're changing this gem. Deadly Flourish. Flourish deals 41% more damage against targets, and Keen Tondo. Now, I'll go into the skill layout and I'll kind of talk about the pros and cons of both. Currently, I'm trying without these. I'm going a much more defensive rapier setup. I'm liking it a little bit more than what I've been running. I'll be honest, guys. I was running Tondo plus Flourish and Finish because it's really fun to hit people really, really hard. And so although my survival wasn't super great with those 2 skills, it was worth hitting really, really hard. And so that time for me has now passed. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just, it's not as good as running defensive skills, in my opinion. We'll talk about that a little bit more. As far as the upgrade goes, you can throw whatever you want on here. For this specific setup, I would want to upgrade this to Keen Speed. That's where I'm at right now. There are some times in some fights where you get people down to really low health and you just don't have that damage to really finish them, to get them killed, and they'll run around to get the distance away from you. And at least with Keen Speed on the back bar, you'll have that ability to just be faster. You'll have that ability to, if you flourish through somebody or you light attack, you do your defensive, you do your riposte, and then you hit a couple light attacks, and then you flourish, you can proc it, then you'll have the 7 seconds of increased speed, and it'll just allows you to be a little bit more kitey in melee. We're not a full-on tanky brawler. I think we need that speed. If you guys disagree, run something else. Run whatever you think is better. Like if this is more of your offensive weapon and you like running the full Tondo damage setup, then yeah, you're gonna make a different choice than I am. So I want to be clear there that there are choices, but I'm looking at Keen Speed for the first choice just so I'm a little bit faster. I have a little bit more utility. Like I said, Ankh artifact. I threw stamina recovery on this. It just makes a lot of sense. It's very, very stat dense. It's very, very powerful. It also gives me more stamina to where I can dodge and I can get more Shirking heals procs. It makes too much sense. So that's why I'm doing it. Health and Divine are perfect. That's what I have on my other one. If this gets nerfed to the ground, guys, if this gets nerfed to the ground, I have the Champion's Amulet. I have stamina recovery, health. I would just switch the final piece to Divine. I'd retrade this to Divine and I'd be happy. Health, Divine, stamina recovery. I would run the Champion's Amulet and I would be more than happy. And so it all depends on what happens here. If this is bad, then I make an adjustment and I have it right here. So we do that. As far as the ring goes, I'm currently running Soul Pollen. I think Soul Pollen is fantastic. There's a lot of good choices. This one was 700 and free, leeching, thrust damage, and I got the roll for Hardy, which was just perfect. But yeah, I heal for 7.1% of the damage I deal. I also have the thrust damage perk, which I get with, I already have it built in. I'm running 2 dex weapons, and so the thrust damage there. Obviously, it does get offset a little bit. I know some dex mains are switching towards more nature damage, more dots and stuff like that, and that makes sense. But yeah, I do think maybe in the future that adjustment's changing. I am taking a small damage loss here, but this is a free ring. Min-maxing later, if I change something, I'll do a video on it. I'll let you guys know, but this is where I'm at. As far as the ring goes, I'm still going to run the same thing I've been running. I've been testing. I want to point some things out. I am running Healthy Toast, Refreshing Toast, and Regenerating. Now, I do know that Refreshing Toast did get a nerf. I don't care. Healing is the name of the game right now. There's so many dots out there. There's so much incoming damage. Having more healing is a good thing. Regenerating, I think, is I personally am at a point now where I almost feel like regenerating is just really, really powerful. You have more health, so stacking 0.5% of health every second is more powerful than it's ever been, and especially with damage the way it is, especially with healing from potions the way it is, it just makes a lot of sense. And so I do like this. I did get, I'm trying to find it here, one second. I did get the life loop version, so I got the healthy toast, refreshing toast, and then I got refreshing, so I did not get a good roll on this one. I will change the refreshing to regenerating. That is the one that will re-roll. This is, you get in the gypsum kiln. You guys can go check it out. I think it's the Ennead expedition. You get the, I already talked about this in a previous video. I can provide a link in the description for that as well. But as you upgrade your season pass, let's go through here. As you upgrade your season pass, 47, I got the Ennead expedition chest, which they gave me dense Ennead materia. This was free to do. I just had to hop on and play the game. They gave me a free craft, and so I got a free 700 ring, or 700 earring. So there it is. I did that. I did this for the same reason. I got a free 700 ring. So I got two 700 pieces. I will have to upgrade this, change this to regenerating for how I want it, but I'm not complaining for my personal best in slot. I also got this one. I got the Rusher earring from PvP, healthy toast, refreshing toast, really, really good. And then nimble. And so nimble is something I do want to test. I did test this a little bit, not enough. I've not tested this enough. It is an idea, plus 10% stamina regeneration for running Shirking heals. Makes a lot of sense to me. Makes a lot of sense for me to try this and figure it out. And it's got healthy toast and refreshing toast on top of it. So I think this is an okay option. I'll have to compare and contrast both of them. Like I'll have to get the 700 regenerating one versus the 698 and really do a couple fights with one versus the other. Maybe in a dueling situation, I can tell you my opinion on which one I like more, but that's an option as well. Potions, infused health. I got my regeneration potions here. If you're rich, you can get the new ones that are pretty awesome. They're really awesome, but they're too expensive for me to do in OPRs. Mana potions, because they're going to give me health. And then you can run your hearty meals. If you're not running your hearty meals, then you can come down here and you can run your oak flesh bombs or your powerful gemstone dust, like whatever your fourth choice is there. So that's my overall layout. I am running the Heartrune stone form. I'm running the stone form Heartrune, which gives me the mending form. So this is also healing me. It's also buffed by Ankh. It's pretty powerful. It's really good for outnumbered. My overall gear score here, 686. It's not bad. If I do switch that ring, I jump up to like 690 something. It's not bad. In PvP or in OPRs and 3v3s, I'm like 691 or something like that. So just under 700. Work in progress. We're getting there. As far as gear goes, as far as attributes, I've been doing, this is going to be off because this is not in 3v3s and OPRs, but I've been running 350 dex and I've been running 240 con. And so I don't have the exact numbers because I don't have fully leveled gear. All your lower level gear scales up to 275 in OPRs and 3v3s, so I have a little bit more attribute points. And so I've been doing that for getting PvP tracks and rewards and stuff. And so my points outside in open world aren't the exact same. And so this is why this is a little bit off. So guys, if you're going to comment and you're going to say, hey, like you're not at 350, I know, but in 3v3s and OPRs, I am, I promise. So, that's what I'm doing. I wanted to stack as much health as possible so that my Shirking heals are healing for more. Oh my gosh, lots of corrupted invasions. 350 dex, kind of understandable. Yeah, if Shirking heals adjusts, we're gonna switch some things around. We won't be running 240 con. We'll run like 200 con, and we'll go from there. What else? As far as spear skills, skewer. This is our gap closer. Also provides a bleed. When I do get enfeebling skewer, it's going to also provide a ton of damage mitigation. Makes a lot of sense. Perforate, I like this a lot. I did try Cyclone, and I'm not saying Cyclone's bad. I personally just like Perforate more. That's my personal opinion. Applying Rend, reducing the target's armor by 5% for 10 seconds. It works well in a group. I'm rending their target down. Other people around me are going to do a little bit more damage. We do a little team helping. So, and then Sweep. I do like Sweep. You could go Vault Kick. Both are good. The coup de grace is nice. I mean, against opponents that... It's a nice finishing move. That's all I'll say. It also procs our Trenchant Rend currently. Vault Kick is a fine choice. If you wanted to use Javelin to get people away from you, it's a fine weapon. I think these are just more... I just like the skill layout a little bit more. Passives, that's what I have. I might be missing something important. If you think something's better, let me know. As far as the Rapier goes, every video you've watched until the one today has been me running Tondo, Flourish and Finish, and Flesh. And I really like stacking the bleeds, especially with this. Finish deals 150% of Rapier's bleed damage instead of only 110%. Flourish and Finish hitting really hard is a lot of fun. However, you don't really need it. You frankly don't need it. It's fun. It's fun to do. You honestly don't need to use Tondo. Tondo is almost a waste of a skill, in my opinion, unless you're trying to go super hard hitting. And so I've been trying the full defensive layout. So still Flesh. Flesh is fantastic. Evade. Evade is a fantastic defensive skill. It gives you another iframe. Cancels any current activity and provides momentary invulnerability. Vulnerability is kind of nice, guys. And then you also have Riposte, which is your CC, and it staggers the enemy, stuns them, and then you're also briefly invulnerable. So this is the more defensive layout. However, stacked with all these buffs, this one on the bottom, Momentum, deal 30% increased damage on your next light or heavy attack after performing an ability. Ends on hit or after 3 seconds. So you do one of these abilities, which, you know, Evade is 11-second cooldown. This is 16 seconds. So you're going to have one of these up. You're going to do 30% increased damage on your next light or heavy attack. You can hit a Riposte, activate the Riposte, you stun them. 30% increased damage on your next heavy attack. You can get a lot of damage stacking doing that. Obviously, this is just, it's a better defensive setup. When people are piling on top of me, sometimes it's a little bit rough to get away. Having the extra ability to Riposte or somebody, not wasting a stamina dodge and using Evade instead, I'm finding I'm liking it quite a bit more. But I'm not going to say either one is bad. Like if you want to run the flourish and finish, do it. It's fine. so that's my perspective. What else am I missing? That's pretty all inclusive. That's more in depth than, I think that's pretty good. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video here. If you guys have any questions or comments, please provide in the section below. As always, guys, I am not saying I'm an expert, okay? I am not an expert. I'm working on this as I go. If there's a better gem layout, if there's better potential gear layout, if I'm missing a specific trait, ideally my third trait, I'd like to run a few freedom, 2, maybe 3 freedom. I'd also like to get, there's a few different third perks I'd want to get. I'd want to get a few different weapon perks as well. I'd like to get the bleeding coup de grace on here on one of the weapons as well. But that's all finalized gear. And until I know what the nerf is, what the nerf for Shirking Heals is, I'm going to go with the Walmart build, guys. I'm going to go with the build that I got by just enjoying PvP and playing PvP. And I got to say, it's pretty damn cool to get pretty decent gear by just doing something you enjoy doing. So hats off to New World for doing that. And yeah, let me know in the comments section what you think. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.